Imagine an Earth unrecognizable to us today. A planet so different, it would seem almost alien if we could see it with our own eyes. Long before dinosaurs ever walked the land, the air was thick with toxic gases, and giant volcanoes erupted constantly, painting the sky with ash and fire. Rivers of molten lava snaked across the surface, shaping new continents and islands in a world of violent, relentless change. This was the early Paleozoic Earth, an alien world, both beautiful and terrifying in its raw power. The oceans, vast and mysterious, stretched endlessly, filled with strange, simple life forms that had just begun to appear. There were no fish or sharks yet, just tiny, almost invisible creatures floating in the currents, drifting through the primeval waters. The land was barren and empty, a harsh landscape of rock, dust, and volcanic debris, with no plants or animals in sight. Volcanic activity meant frequent earthquakes shook the ground, and the continents themselves were still slowly forming, shifting, and colliding. Days were much shorter than today, and the moon's close proximity created enormous, powerful tides that shaped the coastlines. Life was simple, fragile, and entirely confined to the primeval waters, clinging to survival in a world of extremes. Algae and bacteria worked silently, pumping oxygen into the atmosphere, slowly transforming the air and setting the stage for future life. This silent, unseen work prepared Earth for the incredible story of evolution that was about to unfold. The stage was set for a dramatic explosion of life, a turning point that would change the planet forever. It would take millions of years of slow, patient change before complex life would finally emerge from the depths. The groundwork was being laid for the evolution of diverse life forms, from the simplest creatures to the most complex. The early world was a place of extremes, shaped by unimaginable geological power and constant transformation. Now, a new era of life was about to unfold in the ancient oceans, setting the stage for the next great chapter in Earth's history. To understand pre-dinosaur Earth, we view history as a giant calendar. The Paleozoic era, meaning ancient life, spanned nearly 300 million years. It began 541 million years ago, ending 252 million years ago. This era saw life become complex and diverse. Animals developed shells, skeletons, and jaws, venturing onto land. The Paleozoic is divided into periods: Cambrian, Ordovician, Silurian, Devonian, Carboniferous, and Permian. Each period represents a stage in life's evolution. The era laid blueprints for almost all animal life today. Evolution experimented with many designs, some strange and unsuccessful. Fossils from this age reveal the roots of our world. The stage was set for the rise of dinosaurs and mammals. The Paleozoic era began with the Cambrian explosion, an incredible explosion of life that forever changed the course of evolution. Oceans were suddenly filled with complex animals, evolving hard parts like shells, which provided protection and new opportunities for survival. Trilobites, with their segmented bodies, scuttled along the sea floor, thriving in this new world. Bizarre creatures like Hallucigenia, with its spiky appearance, emerged, adding to the diversity. Anomalocaris, the ocean's first great predator, hunted trilobites with its formidable appendages. The Cambrian explosion remains a mystery. Theories suggest increased oxygen levels or an evolutionary arms race as possible triggers. This arms race may have driven the development of shells and sophisticated hunting adaptations. Predation likely played a crucial role in driving these evolutionary changes, shaping the future of marine life. This explosion established the foundation for future animal diversity, creating the building blocks for complex ecosystems. The Cambrian seas were a strange and wonderful place, teeming with life forms that defy imagination. Evolution experimented with many different body plans, some of which would persist through time. The Cambrian explosion was a pivotal moment in life's history, marking a turning point in evolutionary development. It set the stage for complex food webs in ancient oceans, laying the groundwork for future biodiversity. The explosion of life was not literal but evolutionary, a rapid diversification of life forms. The Cambrian seas were filled with creatures that seemed to come straight from a science fiction movie, showcasing nature's creativity. The Devonian period, often called the Age of Fishes, was a time when fish truly dominated the world's oceans and seas. This era, spanning over 60 million years, saw an explosion of diversity beneath the waves. During this period, jaws evolved for the first time, allowing fish to become active and efficient predators, forever changing the balance of life in the water. Armored fish known as plecoderms, along with the very first sharks, appeared and began to rule the seas with their new adaptations. Lobe-finned fishes, with their strong bone-filled fins, were crucial for the eventual development of legs and the conquest of land. Among these ancient giants was Dunkleosteus, a terrifying placoderm that reigned as the apex predator of its time. Dunkleosteus could grow up to 9 meters long, with a jaw so powerful it could crush almost anything in its path, making it one of the most formidable hunters ever. But the Devonian was not just about fierce predators. It was also a time of incredible diversity and evolutionary experimentation. Lobe-finned fishes began to adapt, slowly evolving features that would allow them to move towards the shoreline and eventually onto land. One of the most famous transitional fossils from this era is Tiktaalik, which had both fish-like fins and features of early land animals, bridging the gap between water and land. The Devonian was truly a time of significant evolutionary innovation, with new body plans and survival strategies emerging rapidly. Fish became the dominant form of life in the seas, outnumbering and outcompeting other marine creatures. The Devonian seas were filled with a stunning variety of fish, from small agile swimmers to massive armored giants. The evolution of jaws was a game changer, allowing fish to hunt, defend themselves, and exploit new food sources, reshaping life underwater. The Devonian period was a time of great evolutionary change, setting the stage for the rise of new forms of life. As the Devonian came to a close, the stage was set for life to make its next great leap, leaving the water behind and beginning the conquest of land. The Paleozoic era saw the first plants colonize land. Simple mosses and liverworts created patches of green on barren continents. Small arthropods followed, finding a new world of opportunity. The Carboniferous period saw giant insects thrive in oxygen-rich air. Meganeura, a giant dragonfly, soared through ancient skies. Arthropleura, a giant millipede, slithered through dense undergrowth. The world was a humid, tropical swamp. Lobe-finned fish descendants evolved into amphibians, like Ichthyostega. These early amphibians were the first vertebrates to walk the earth. They laid eggs in water, like modern frogs and salamanders. The stage was set for life to conquer the land. The Permian period saw reptiles rise as the world grew drier. Reptiles had amniotic eggs, allowing them to reproduce on land. Synapsids, mammal-like reptiles, dominated the Permian. Dimetrodon, with its sail, was a formidable predator. The sail helped regulate body temperature. Synapsids came in all shapes and sizes. The Permian world was a complex ecosystem. The stage was set for the rise of dinosaurs. The Permian was a time of great evolutionary change. The world was growing drier, challenging amphibians. Reptiles quickly diversified and spread across Pangaea. The Permian was the final period of the Paleozoic era. The Permian Triassic extinction, the Great Dying, was Earth's most severe extinction. Around 96% of marine species and 70% of land vertebrates vanished. The leading theory points to massive volcanic eruptions in Siberia. These eruptions released gases, causing runaway global warming. Oceans became dead zones, and forests died from acid rain. The global ecosystem collapsed, leading to starvation. The Great Dying was a profound reset for evolution. It cleared the slate for new life to emerge. The stage was set for the dawn of a new age. After the Great Dying, Earth was a ghost world. Life slowly rebuilt in empty niches. Lystrosaurus, a synapsid, was a common survivor. The Mesozoic era began with the Triassic period. Archosaurs, ancestors of dinosaurs, survived and diversified. Dinosaurs were small, nimble, and efficient movers. The Triassic recovery created a window of opportunity. Dinosaurs filled the void left by the Permian extinction. The stage was set for the age of dinosaurs. The Great Dying cleared the way for new life. The dinosaurs were poised to take over the world. The Triassic was a time of rapid evolution and adaptation. The journey from the Paleozoic to today is humbling. The Earth transformed through geological forces and life's persistence. The Paleozoic laid the foundation for our world. Extinction events were both loss and opportunity. The end of the Paleozoic cleared the way for dinosaurs. The extinction of dinosaurs allowed mammals to rise. Our ancestors survived and inherited a new world. The Paleozoic connects us to an ancient world. The oxygen we breathe and our body blueprints were forged then. Life's history is a complex branching tree. From every ending, a new beginning emerges.